Hey everybody, welcome to episode 143 of the Rise or Die podcast, Daily War. So yesterday I did probably the most intense podcast I have done yet. The last episode, 142, was really intense. I was talking about how your self-worth is dictated by you, not by anybody else. People ask me all the time, though, why am I so intense? How am I so intense? And they almost look at it like it's the plague, right? Like, intensity and aggression are bad. I'm going to have you consider that they're actually some of the best tools in the world. Even anger. Now, let me put this into context. I look at everything as a war. It's a battle. It's an internal battle within yourself. Now that may seem over the top, but it's how I approach life. When I get up and I do my core four, so I invest in two ways across body, being, balance, and business. I have a minimum of 8 tasks every single day that I try to get in before 8 a.m. If not, I have to make it up later in the day. We call this our daily war. But really it applies across the board. If I'm in a meeting, I need to look at it as a war. If I close this deal, guess what? My kingdom expands. Now I'm using some really cheesy vernacular. I get it, but bear with me. If I close this deal, I get to provide more opportunity for my kingdom, whether that's my company, my personal life, etc. If I'm going for this run, guess what? My time's very limited. I better treat this run like I'm in frickin' battle. I'm exaggerating. But when you have this mentality of, okay, I'm going to do everything to the best of my ability, I am going to go at it full throttle with intensity like I am going to war, your entire life changes. Why? Because you get more results. I'm not afraid to let my intensity go. I'm not afraid to let my anger be used as fuel to go. Let me give you a very practical example. I was made fun of a lot as a younger kid. I was homeschooled 1 year. I got really fat, went to school, was made fun of. Rightfully so, because I was an awkward, fat, little pudgy kid. I'm not saying bullying's okay. That's not my point. I was just kind of making fun of myself. So with that being said, I got made fun of a ton. I use that still to this day, not as a conscious, like every minute I'm thinking, well, I'm going to show you, but there's an underlying tone of, yeah, guys, I'm going to flip you the bird after I make it. But I'm not just going to make it in business. No, that's only 25% of the equation. My marriage is a war, not a war against my wife, a war with my wife. We have to struggle together to make it. We have to invest in each other to make it. We have to go through hard times together to make it. It's a war. More than 50% of marriages fail now. That's pathetic. It's because they're going to war with each other, not together. In business, I'm going to war with an industry that is full of BS, scam artists, and people that want to take your money and run, which is kind of synonymous with scam artists, but I hope you get my point. I'm going to war. I want to take this industry down. I want to revolutionize the industry, take it down, and rebuild it from the ground up. It needs it. I have to go in with that intensity, or guess what? I'm like every other company out there. Nah, results are good, but I'm just going to put in my 8 hours and call it a day. No, screw you. Have some purpose, have some drive, have some conviction in what you're doing. When I go for a run after work today, I'm going to go at it as hard as I can. I don't have a whole lot of time to work out or to think and meditate. I don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of what I need to. So I have to go at it full throttle. I get more done than other people in the same exact amount of time because I'm committed to results, which requires intensity as if you're going to war. Now, I've never been to war. I'm not treating this like it's the military. I'm really not. I'm trying to use it as a good analogy for how I look at life. It's intense, it's aggressive. That is how we need to act if we want to expand across the core four, body, being, balance, and business, and have it all. So, the question I'll pose to you right now is across body, being, balance, and business, where do you need to amp up your intensity and go to war? Do you need to go to war for your marriage? Is it on the fritz and you need to repair it? Are you going to war with an industry? Or are you going to war every single day for your business? It is my responsibility to provide as much growth opportunity for my team as I possibly can. It's also my responsibility to provide as much growth opportunity for myself and my own income, for my kids and my legacy in the long run. That is how intensely I look at this. It's perspective that keeps me so intense. A perspective of looking at it as, I must do this like my life depends on it. Whether it's going for a run or eating healthy, that's my biggest area. I put garbage in my gas tank as opposed to fuel. What are you doing? Where is that area for you across body, being, balance, and business where you're playing small? You're not playing as intense and aggressive as you need to get the results that you demand. That's it for episode 143, Daily War. As always, based on the value I'm giving you every single day, make sure that you give us a review on iTunes and subscribe on YouTube so we can start to rank higher and spread this movement to as many people as possible. I'll talk to you tomorrow for episode 144.